Gonna fall on you and you're gonna get upset at me. So let me redo this. Okay, now something weird. I should be able to see Instagram live, right? I don't know why I'm not. Let me go here real quick. So here we have Mimi the puppy today. So I have to watching her because her brother is at the vet today. So if I leave her at home, she'll freak out. So that's making things a little bit trickier. Okay, so let me go to my email and I'll read you what I got from Triton Audio. So I said, well, I don't see the original. Okay, yeah, here we go. So my message to them was, Phantom blocker seems to swap pins 2 and 3. I'm using a Phantom power blocker between my line 6 Helix 1/4-inch output and whatever PA system or FR speaker I'm plugging into. I also use one for my main XLR to the XLR out of the Helix for front of house. Oh, is my audio working? Yep. Okay, never mind. The 1/4-inch out is actually unbalanced in just TS rather than TRS. Using XLR cables into balanced inputs or even a balanced XLR to balance 1/4-inch into an unbalanced input works fine. However, if I make a regular XLR to unbalanced 1/4-inch adapter with pin 1 and pin 3 shorted to ground and pin 2 hot, nothing works. Upon checking with the scope, the signal that I put into the female end of the Phantom blocker on pin 2 ends up on the Phantom blocker's pin 3. Does this sound correct? We have a thread going on about it here at the Gear Forum, and I link the Gear Forum thread. I'm not sure if you read it or not. It doesn't really matter. What they said to me is, from what I read in your description, it seems there's an issue with this Phantom blocker. I would have to test it, take it apart to find out if this is so. The phase pin 2 and 3 of wiring must have been switched during production. Please contact your dealer and have your Phantom power blocker replaced. That is actually a very nice response by these guys. I'm not sure that it's their fault, though, so I really want to be absolutely sure of what's going on. So we're gonna use this Behringer cable tester again, but before I do that, I'm gonna see if there isn't just some way. I have a spare phone around here someplace, and I wish I knew where I put it, because I'd just rather use Instagram off that, since they make it so crazy impossible to stream from your own site. But let me see. I should be able to see my live stream, right? Is there? Wait, is there an Instagram app on the? Oh, there is Instagram app. Let me pull this up. I don't want to be on here as me though, because what if it bumps me off the stream? But I do want to see my live stream. So can't I? I just want to see the chat. You know, I keep not seeing chat. Reels saved. It's my profile. I don't want to create. Let me see if I can I search? Can I watch this as somebody else? Yeah, see, it says I'm live. I just want to see. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Not seeing. Okay, how do I mute this? Oh, great. Hey, Elliot. All right, how the hell do I mute this? This is lame. Please, let me mute this. You gotta be kidding. Why do they make this stuff so hard? Watch this as somebody else? Yeah, see, it says I'm live. Yeah, sorry, you're getting an echo right now. Let me shut this up. App settings. Can I shut up the audio? No, I can't. Okay, let me try this on the website instead. Oh, it's just so silly. Just let us stream from here. I mean, why you got to be so difficult about this crap? Let's see. I can actually mute this tab. Shut up the audio. No, I can't. Hear it, okay, let me try this on the website instead. Oh, it's just so. Yeah. See, I'm not getting any video. I getting a blocker? Hold on, let me unblock. How do I not block on this page? No, the blocker's not doing it. Hmm. Well, great. I can hear it, but I can't see it when I'm doing there. Sorry about this, guys. I'll get this. I'll get this right in a second. Hopefully. Try that again. Instagram. It's always something. Just let us stream from the damn computer. Why do you guys got to be so difficult about this? Instagram and TikTok are absolutely horrible about this. It's not like they're not letting their Uber influencers stream from their computers. I mean, you know, they're giving them stream keys on TikTok. I applied for mine, but I never got one. I don't know who this is. Let me see. This is why I wanted to use a different camera. Sorry, I'm going to pause this for a second. Hello, Kylo Music School. I can do this easier. Let me send this off real quick. It's always something. Just got to test this stuff, and I'm not going to be able to because I can't get anything working. Oh. Okay. Now I don't know if that even mutes that stuff while it's going. I have no idea. I have no idea how this works. And that's why I'm saying just give us a damn stream key. Let us just broadcast from the computer like you let all your shills do, you know? Okay. So let me try this again. Sucks I can't just mute the app. Oh, I guess there is a way to mute the app. Okay, so if this doesn't work, I bet you there's something I can do here. But let me see what happens real quick. Oh, it's not letting me go live. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Mute tab. There we go. All right. So if anybody chats, I can see you now. Okay, sorry about that. And now I can see what's actually going on. All right. Okay. So here we go. Finally. And you know, I'm just gonna ignore the phone if it rings. Okay, so it looks like these pins were flipped. I'm gonna pull out a multimeter and we're gonna check. Man, I wish I had skinnier alligator clips for this. I think this is a little bit big. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna put the test tone on at -10. And put it on AC volts because it's going to be like a sine wave or something. I don't think it's a steady. Maybe if I use the cable tester, it would be a steady steady signal. I'm not sure, but it's actually a good question. But that might do the pins a little bit different. Okay, so anyway, let me shut up. So I don't know if you guys can see the numbers, but with the test tone on, I'm looking for. Okay, so here's the ground. Here's pin 1. Okay, so here's pin 2. I'm getting 0 volts, and I'm getting 1.3 volts on pin 2 to ground. And if I go pin 2 to pin 3, and 1.3 volts. Okay, so seems like only signal is coming out of pin 2. Okay, so it seemed like yesterday, and it does have a voltage drop. It wasn't bad, but there's a little bit of voltage drop. It seemed like when I was testing this that pin 3 was where the signal's coming out of. So let's check that. So here's pin 1. I'm gonna check it to pin 2. Should be getting 1.3 volts or so. I'm getting like 0.27 volts there. I'm getting almost the full voltage out of pin 3. So that's wrong. So he's saying that that's not how this is supposed to be. And I went and I made a special adapter, which I probably shouldn't have done in order to deal with this. So I'm going to test this other one and see if I'm getting the same voltage out of there. And, in fact, let me, I would like to tell people who are following this. Know that I'm doing this on live on YouTube and Instagram right now. Okay. So, according to what they wrote, this should be giving me pin 2 should be giving me the signal here. Nope. Nope. Same thing. Pin 3 is hot on this. All right. Okay, so I'm going to tell them that okay, so it seems to me that it's flipping the pin 2 and pin 3. But again, I'm not a billion% sure because it's doing something funny on pin 2. Pin 2 should be 0. Pin 2 was 0 on the other one. Let's check the polarity here. So if I take this off, pin 2 or sorry, pin 3 would be 0. And but there's a transformer in here. There's some other stuff going on. Let's real quick. Let's just try the cable tester and see what we get here. Okay, I'm getting positive. Okay, so I'm getting 1.4 off of each of these when I'm on the cable tester. So both pin 2 and pin 3. Let's see what happens when I do here. I'm getting a massive voltage drop on both of them. But again, cable tester might be doing something different. So let me check the DC voltage real quick. It's pretty much just outputting the 9-volt battery DC right to it. I have a feeling that this phantom power blocker is going to block DC voltage completely, which is what it's supposed to do, right? Yep, pretty much. Yep. Yep, okay. So let me go back to test tone. And one thing that we do notice, if I do pin 2 to pin 3, I get almost 0. Oh, wait, I'm getting something different here now. What's going on? Okay, I'm back to test tone, pin 1 to pin. Oh, I'm getting something very different than I was getting before. Uh-oh. I'm not sure if I shorted some. Oh, because I'm looking at DC volt. Sorry. Okay, we can do this again. Okay, positive 1.3 volts, 0 volts. So pin 1 to pin 3, 0 volts. Pin 1 to pin 2 is positive 1.3 volts. Negative on pin 3 to positive on pin 2 gives me 1.3 volts. So let's try this with the phantom blocker. So pin 1 to pin 3 is 1.1 volts. So that's a 200 millivolt drop. And it's almost 0 on pin 1 to pin 2. So I'm going to go pin 2 negative and pin 3 positive and see what we get. And we're still getting positive. Oh, boy. Am I going to see negative on the AC reading? I don't think so. All right, so it seems to me that both of these are just wired backwards. Let me see if I can take this apart again. What I would like to do is flip the pins, but I think the male side had like an IC on it. Let me boy, I'm very confused here. I don't know that I'm not doing something drastically wrong, but I don't think I can flip the pins on this one because it's on like a circuit board. But let me. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to get a needle nose pliers yesterday, and I didn't. I really should have. That would have made this way easier. Pliers I do have. Tweezers. And I got snap ring pliers. And my wires. Okay, so this thing is on a PC board. Not really thrilled about desoldering that. Chances are I could wait a second. Yeah, I don't want to go by the colors, but seems a little bit weird. I could flip it on the female side. Just look real quick. But it's going into a transformer. I don't think I'll be able to tell. So the way this thing's colored anyway is red's going to pin 2 on this side. I think. Yep, red's going to pin 2 on this side. Yellow's going to pin 3, and black is going to pin 1. And that makes sense to me. Assuming that these colors even mean anything. Like if they're not carrying these colors through, it won't matter. But in this case, it looks like, I mean, just assuming that it's actually going through this way. Red is going to pin 1. Yellow is going to pin 2. and black is going to pin 3. This seems all kinds of wrong. All right, I'm gonna give them okay. I'm just gonna tell them on the female side. Make sure that that's really pinned 2. Red is going to pin 2. Yellow goes to pin 3, and black goes to pin 1. On the male side, and I'm not 1,000,000% sure because remember this thing is blocking signal. So what it looks like. You know what? Let's see if we can't do anything with the continuity checker. Remember, this is a DC blocker, right? I mean, isn't that how it works? So it can make things a little bit tricky, but let's just see. So if I go from where the wire pad hits, I'm going to. There's a bunch of surface mount stuff here, so I really don't want to kill it. Okay, so that's not carrying through to anywhere. From pin. Oh, black is going to pin 1 like it should. Okay. And yellow. Oh, man. Okay. So the black one's definitely going to pin 1, so that's good. It's the red and yellow I'm worried about. Okay, so let me I wanted to get a picture of this for Instagram, but see if there's anything I can identify with the magnifying glass here. Eyeballs are going bad. Okay, so red is going to TP6. Black is going to TP5. And yellow is going to TP4. So I could flip 2 and 3 here at the female side. And ideally that would fix everything, but I'm not sure that it would. I'm really not sure how this thing works, to be honest. See if there's any kind of continuity checking I can do here. Well, this is the same cable. Okay, so that's not going to matter. Well, it's like I have to put voltage into it to tell, and then it's man. Okay, hold on. Let me go to pin 1 here. Now I'm going to do a continuity check here with pin 1. There's not much I can do here, I don't think, because it is meant to block DC, right? So pin 1. Okay, so ground is ground. There's no issue there. So the only problem I would have by flipping these two is if somehow it doesn't block phantom power. Okay, so let's look. How does phantom power work? Am I forgetting that? Hey, Matthewism. Let's say how to block phantom power. Just want a schematic. Okay, so here's a circuit diagram for how to block phantom power. Okay, so the phantom power is going to come through both pin 2 and 3. So it really shouldn't matter what I do if I flip this thing. And I tell you, without the phantom power blocker on, this makes some absolutely horrific noise. So we know it's important. Okay, so I'm looking at a circuit of how a phantom power blocker works. You can't see this on Instagram. Again, man, just let me stream the damn things. Let me take off the camera so you can see. We're looking at this Simpletronic phantom power blocker, and they're putting two capacitors in the way and shorting resistors to ground, but just right in line from pin 2 to pin 2 they're putting capacitors. Again, this looks like how I expect it to look, but the way this thing seems to be working is that pin 2 and pin 3 are getting flipped. I have no idea what's going on here. So again, I want to I can't do a continuity check, I don't think. Let's see. Well, we know the ground is working, so let me actually let's do that. So pin 1 on here, and I'm going to check against pin 2 and pin 3. So it's carrying the pin 1 like it should. If I do a continuity check on the other ones, it's not going to do anything because again, it's meant to block DC. So is there really any reason why I can't just flip 2 and 3 over here? Let me look a little bit closer at the phantom power blocker itself and see if I can't see some reason this thing might be flipped. I mean, I can't, this circuit board is tiny, so it's hard to tell exactly what's going on. It looks like this is the circuit, though. It looks like I'm looking at 4 resistors, which is the same thing that I'm looking at in this Simpletronic phantom power diagram. I'm looking at 4 resistors. But what am I looking at here? Transistors? I don't know what these are. These look like transistors. But they should be caps. But there should only be 2 caps, right? So what are these things? .2 HFT. I wonder if I can't do a resistance check for like equivalent series resistance on the capacitor. I don't know what these things are though. Let me just try and type this in. 22 HFT 94. 22 HFT 94. 22 HFT 94. What is that? Not coming up. Let me try capacitor. Looks like it's an inductor. Yeah, why are there 4 of them? You only need 2 blocking capacitors. So this might be doing something else. There might be something I can measure here to tell what's going on. So here's the red. So there's no transformer in here. This is just straight wire. So this is the entire circuit is on this side, on the male side. I don't probably want to flip it there, though. Again, because phantom power is coming out on both, and these look like symmetrical circuits. Let's do. I'm wondering if we can get an ESR type readout. So maybe I can get an alligator clip on here. Maybe not. What I want to do is read from that terminal to 2, and 2 is going to be on this far side. Let me just mark this so I don't have to keep turning it out, so I know that this black notch is pin 2. Okay, so I'm going to hold. I don't want to short this because it could be I could fry something on here. I don't know. So I'm going to hold the resistor on here. And let's change this to ohms. So there should be some amount of, even if it's a capacitor, there should be equivalent series resistance here, right? Okay, so I'm seeing around 180K to pin 2 from the red one. And I'm seeing like 500 megs or more. It's bouncing around. No, I'm seeing 180K on both of these. Okay. Let me try yellow pad. Actually, there's no reason for me to check from the pad because we know that it goes straight from there. So let me go pin 2 on this side. Look at the resistance going to. Okay, so let me try this again. $200K-ish. And that's, you can see this behavior. As you see it dropping, it's as if it was a capacitor. Am I holding my hands that still? I think something's wrong with Instagram. Okay. Yeah, see, it seems to be charging up, doesn't it? So when I first put it on here, draining down. I almost want to put a capacitance meter on. And microfarads. And there we go. There's the pause. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Yeah, I don't think that's reading right. Okay. If I put DC volts on, I should see it drain because I did that ohms test. There's the drain to 0. Yep, there's their 0. Let's try the other one. Try it again. All right, I am almost convinced that I should just flip these on the female side. So, flip on the soldering iron. And then we'll test it, which means I gotta pull out my cable again and fix it. But again, then I don't need a special weird adapter cable. This should work, and then we'll find out if the phantom power makes trouble. And if this works, I'm going to flip it on the other one as well. So I'm going to put this back together. The male side doesn't need to be out. Yeah, I don't want to damage. These things weren't cheap, you know. And it's silly that we even need them. You know, this shouldn't need phantom power blockers on something like this. But whatever. And let me just double, triple, quadrillion check this thing. I'm gonna put the cable tester on, see what I'm getting, and I think that's right. I'm gonna get voltage. I'm in AC volts right now, so this may not be anything really useful. But let's just see. These are really cheap multimeters, but you know what? They work fine for me anyway. I know somebody's laughing at me because I'm doing this in a dumb way. Okay, so it's a cable tester. So pin 1 to pin 3 is -7 volts. And this is with in DC voltage. Pin. I get negative either way. I don't know if I'm getting negative. Let's see, is there a function control on here? No. Okay. Okay, negative 0.7 volts from pin 1 to pin 3. Pin 1. Yeah. Pin 1 to pin 3, negative 0.7, so 700 millivolts. Pin 1 to pin 2, still getting negative. Why am I getting negative? And pin 2 to pin 3, I should be getting nothing. Okay. So let me check if that's the case with the phantom blocker in. Actually, I can use the assemble button. So pin 1 to pin 3. Get nothing. Again, because this might be blocking DC voltage. Okay, so that makes sense. Go back to AC voltage. And back to AC voltage. So pin 1 to pin 3 is 1.4 volts. Pin 1 to pin 2 is 1.4 volts. Pin 2 to pin 3 is 1.4 volts. I want to find out for real. Let's look at cable that's plugged into phantom power right now. Okay. So this right now is plugged into my mic preamp. I think phantom power's on. We'll find out. So pin 1 to pin 2. I'm getting nothing. Let me try DC volts. 48 volts DC, like I should be seeing. And if I do pin 1 to pin 3, 48 volts. And if I do pin 2 to pin 3, I get jack. All right. Pin 2 to pin 3 is jack. Pin 1 to pin 3 is 48 volts. Pin 1 to pin 2 is 48 volts. They're both the same voltage, so I thought there'd be like one be positive, one be negative, whatever. I don't know. Okay, so there's really no reason not to flip this thing. But just so that we know, check this again. Phantom blocker here. Get the test tone on from pin. Getting this wrong. From pin 1 to pin 3. Getting pretty much jack. Some leakage maybe. From pin 1 to pin 2. Oh, sorry. This is, go back to AC voltage. Okay, pin 1 to pin 3. Almost, let's do it without. Sorry. Okay. Pin 1 to pin 3, AC volts with the test tone at minus 10. Yeah, 1.4 volts. Let's bump it up to plus 4. Okay. 4. Oh, that's in the cable tester. Let me go back to test tone. Okay, so in test tone, pin 1 to pin 3, I'm getting nothing. Pin 1 to pin 2, I'm getting 1.4 volts. So pin 3 doesn't carry anything in the cable in the test tone mode for this Behringer cable tester. Okay, so pin 1 to pin 2 should be 1.4 volts, and pin 1 to pin 3 should be nothing. Okay, pin 1 to pin 2 is nothing, and pin 1 to pin 3 is 1.4 volts. So I can't say for 1,000,000% sure that this thing is wired backwards, but it's behaving as if it's wired backwards. So I'm just going to flip them at the female end. We'll test it and see, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we'll see if it still blocks phantom or if anything else weird's going on. See if the soldering iron's warmed up. I don't really like, I'm going to take apart something like this I just bought. Actually, I bought it a while back. I have any solder out. I really got to get used to using the European solder. But the only one I have is really skinny. I don't really use skinny solder like that. Let's see. This is 6040 lead tin solder, and I know we're not supposed to use this stuff anymore, really, but it's what I got, and it's what I'm used to. You know, that's an argument from antiquity, right? I'm not hurting anything here. We'll find out. I have to take the zip ties off my helix again so that I can put the cable back the way it was in the first place, the way they're supposed to be. So, you know, it's nice because this way I won't have to carry weird adapter cables around. But we got to test this and make sure. We got to test it both to a balanced input and an unbalanced input. I think I can do this right here with the DI box and a cable. And I can put phantom power onto it. Can I put phantom power? How can I make sure there's phantom power? Actually, it wouldn't matter. If I'm just going into a 1/4 inch input, there's not going to be phantom power. Okay, sorry. Okay, so that soldering's done there. I got to take apart my helix pedal board real quick. Put this back in. Hopefully I'm not hurting anything here. This was kind of tricky yesterday too. Okay. I have Mimi the puppy underneath the pedal board here, making a little bit of trouble. Excuse me, Mimi the puppy. I'm gonna have to take this apart, and you're sitting right there. Excuse you. Excuse you. So I actually kind of rewired my pedal board a little bit in order to make up for this, but let's see. There's my, yeah, I really got to get some better pliers and snips and things. Really need more space is what I need. Giant tech room like I used to have. Oh, I do have big pliers in here. How about these? Okay. I know I got tons of stuff that I have no idea where it is, but oops. Excuse me, puppy. So I'm just taking apart my pedal board real quick. Just need a way to cut it, and one of the snipper things. Okay. Oh, excuse me, puppy dog. I don't want to drop this on you. I'm getting too old to carry that thing. Okay, so somewhere on here, yesterday I made this adapter. I flipped the cables. Yeah, right there. Okay. I'm gonna flip this back so that if I let's check this cable checker. I always have my doubts on these things. So I'm gonna go to cable tester, and this thing's showing something goofy. I think it's supposed to go in a diagonal way. So it's saying pin 1 is going to pin 3. No, what is this even saying? Input. Pin 1 is going to pin 3. Pin 2 is going to pin 3. I don't even know how to read this thing. Let's flip them and then we'll find out what it says. So put this back to where it's supposed to be. You guys saw I pretty much tested this every way, which way I could, right? Aside from knowing exactly what the schematic is on the phantom power blocker, which I do not know. Isn't the most solid soldering job here. Should be enough to make a check. So let's see. I think this is going to be diagonal if it's correct. So what does this actually say? So there's the two diagonals. Pin 1 is going to... Yeah, I really don't know how to read this thing. Let me get a mic cable and see if it reads it the same way. I really gotta clear out these rooms. Okay, so here's regular old mic cable. Yeah, see that's how it should read. So pin 1 goes to pin 1, pin 2 goes to pin 2, pin 3 goes to pin 3. And when I do the 1/4 inch to XLR, let's say I have it completely flipped. I flip this. The way this thing's reading. Yeah, it just doesn't seem right. What if I plug them both into here? I don't think that's how that should work. No. See, so what is this telling me? Sleeve is going to pin 1, which it should be. Tip is going to... Why is it doing this? Is this an unbalanced? No. All right, look, I don't trust this thing, so we're gonna ring this out. Let's just test it ourselves. So pin 2 is here. Let's just check this and do the yeah, I don't think this can test from 1/4 inch to XLR for some reason. Let's just see if it's shorted. Nope. Okay, so sleeve. It's going to pin 1 like it should be. Ring. It's going to pin 3 like it should be. And tip. It's going to pin 2 like it should be. So this is testing the way it should test. I don't know why this thing does it that way. We're gonna test with and without the phantom power blocker here. Okay. Okay, so this is fixed. This has been flipped from pin 2 to pin 3 on the female end. Okay, so first I'm gonna plug this in without. Well, first, let me think of how this goes. Okay, this is my mic is on 27, 25, 26, 27, 20. Okay, so that's, I can't turn off the phantom power on that. All right, I'm gonna turn off my mic for a second because I think my mic needs phantom power for the cloud lifter thingy. I don't know why I'm using that anyway, but so I'm gonna turn off the phantom power. I'm gonna plug in, and we're gonna test the guitar. So phantom power blocker's not in. Like the helix in. Now, hopefully it won't damage anything because that would suck, and that's the reason those are in there because they warn that there might be damage. But they're trying to clarify on the forums that it won't damage anything and just make it sound bad. Okay. So let's but turn off the phantom power so this my mic might go. I just shut it off. Wow. Hope I didn't hurt something. Okay, now I'm plugging the phantom power blocker in. Phantom power is on. And, well, why isn't this locking? That is disturbing. There we go. Okay. Okay. Working fine. It's a little bit quieter, like we saw that voltage drop. And now I'm going to try to turn the phantom power off, see what happens. Okay. Okay, so the other thing is going to be plugging in. The reason we found this problem in the first place was when I was making an adapter to plug into a 1/4 inch from that output. So we're going to find that out right now. It was working with the balanced adapter, but it wasn't working with an unbalanced. And I have an unbalanced one here somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, there's my snipper. Oh, there's my X zip ties, which I'm going to need. Sorry, I'm just looking for add an unbalanced cable that was the perfect tester for this. I really got to figure this place out. Ooh, and here is my tablet holder, and if this one will actually hold my Galaxy, I could actually use this for Instagram instead of my phone, which would be really handy. Well, here's an adapter cable. Oh no, this is the other direction. Might look at this Audix D6 in a little bit. I'm gonna call Sweetwater about it actually. Oh, here we go. Okay. This thing. It's an adapter from balanced XLR to unbalanced 1/4 inch. See, this is only tip sleeve, not tip ring sleeve. Okay. And blocker. And then I'm going to plug it into my DI. And let's see. I have to change something on total mix here. Second total mix. Alrighty, total mix. Go. RME's total mix here. And so 25 I want to send to the outputs. So this should make some sound as far as I know. And I'm getting nothing. Okay, what's going on? Not doing anything wrong. Seeing a little bit, but I don't know if that's hearing it. If that might be working right. Let me try just a straight 1/4 inch cable in that same spot. Oops, sorry, Mimi, I almost hit you there. Watch out. Okay, here comes a 1/4 inch test. This should be about the same volume, I think. There's a couple reasons why it might not be, but change it. Yeah, I'm around -14, -17, -16, -16-ish. Let me try the other one again. -16-ish. Oh, that's about the same. Okay. So looks good. So I'm going to flip the other one. So I really think I'm really starting to think somebody at the factory messed up. I'm gonna have to plug these all back in and test them, but I'm gonna flip the other one as well. So here we go. I'm just gonna flip it at the female end. It really doesn't want to pull through here. I don't want to break anything. Yeah, it's time for me to get some more needle nose. I had a bunch, but they come and go. Is this hot glued or anything? Or... This one looks like it's wired the exact same way. Interesting. And now it's one going. Why is that? The Nap always has these crazy sales on actually sometimes really good tools. Like the one I carry in my bike bag for really out in the mountains or whatever. $3 Craftsman. Oh, I think they have a bunch of flyer sets I can grab. Check that out. Here. Red. Test this on. Power is on. And this is full blast, the PA output I use is a little bit different. So seems like it's working, but let's plug it into the guitar and find out. Yep. Okay. Okay, so now what's left is just to plug these back in and button up the system. All right. Put everything back the way it's supposed to be. Might put some of the other things back the way I had them. Quarter inch. Sorry, this is really not really no entertainment value because you can't see nothing down here because I'm working under the desk here. Just gonna put this back in and zip tie it, and should be pretty much done with the helix. I could send one back. I was doing some amp stuff. Okay, so I have to zip tie these guys all in so they're safe and they don't fall off. We have some zip ties. What are they doing? They're right here. So I don't really need a quarter-inch send now. I'd actually made some mono presets because of this problem. Kind of want a bigger output jack section. Zip tying things together for safety. More zip tie. Should be good. Zip tie. Oh, and here's my phone again. That's anything I absolutely need. Be the vet. Damn, rest. I don't want it. Excuse me, Mimi the puppy. You are right where I'm going to drop this thing, so you don't want to be there. Mr. Miyagi says, right? Best defense, no weakness. Okay. Now, excuse you, puppy. Now, what if the issue with this kick mic is a phantom power problem? Wouldn't that be interesting? I'm gonna try this out. Let's just see. We're going to. Yeah, I really got to get the other phone or tablet or something to do the Instagram stuff. All right, what's going on? This is 28. So I need something a little bit percussive. That's this mic width. I mean, I was testing the kick last night. I don't know what the issue was. I wonder if there's something wrong with the drum. I'm not sure. I gotta hear this out in the room when it's making trouble. I thought I heard it making trouble myself. Um, yeah, the lid was a little bit loose. Fall asleep. Yeah, I don't want to take this mic apart. All right, that's it for now. I gotta clean this place up. But thank you guys for tuning in,